Hey everybody, it's Bruce here, traveling with Bruce. Welcome to part 10 of my 90-day around the world trip video series. This one coming to you from Singapore, where I spent a week, and it was a very interesting visit. I've done 3 weeks in Japan, and I decided I would stop for a week here in Singapore and check out various sites, including this place right here, the Marina Bay Sands. And I took an afternoon, one of those days that I was there, and grabbed the transit, which was a pleasure, and whipped on down here. Do you know that in Singapore you can take the transit system, the metro system? You don't need to buy a ticket. You don't need to get a metro card. You don't have to worry about whether you're a commuter, a visitor, should you get a day pass. All you do is, if you have something like a Visa card, I bet you even a Visa debit card will probably work. You just scan it at the entry gate to the metro, and you're in the metro. I came from one area of Singapore to this region here, where the shopping mall is beside the Marina Bay Sands. $2 was my cost to get here, and $2 to get back. Had I taken a cab, well, $10 to $12, depending on, traffic and that type of thing, but not too bad at all. Yeah, I got here to the mall beside the Marina Bay Sands. As a matter of fact, when you come out of the metro stop, you walk right into basically the mall itself. And I ended up very close by the food court, and I thought, well, I'll take a few videos here of this region. And I saw this massive seating area here for this pretty big food court area, and you tell me what you want. They probably have it here, especially if you're into Chinese food, Japanese food, Indonesian food, Indian food. You're gonna love this place. Stall after stall after stall, and they're making the food right there, so you can see it for yourself. A whole bunch of it is already ready to go, and they just basically pour it onto a plate and grab yourself a table and have a sit down and enjoy. What I noticed here, and there were a lot of tourists, of course, but there were a lot of locals as well, and that's always a good sign when you see the locals eating in the same area that you're eating, and you realize that you're not necessarily in the touristy, overpriced part of town, which is nice to know. Some of these have Michelin awards. Some of these stalls, pretty neat stuff. Yeah, I got a kick out of it. I walked around the entire food court here, trying not to be too, obtrusive and intrusive, but I saw those ribs, and I thought, oh my goodness, look at the ribs. You want ribs? We got ribs. Wow. Chicken on a stick. What's that called? Satay. Fantastic. Dumplings, noodles, fish, pork. What do you want? We got it. Very impressive. And I can see why this food court is as popular as it is. The selection is fantastic. It's nice and clean, well lit. Staff everywhere to take away dirty dishes. Floors are clean. Staff are wearing masks. It's very nice, very good. The mall itself is gigantic. I mean, it's massive. But the stores, let's be honest, isn't there a Sephora where you live? I mean, if you're in a medium-sized city or larger, don't you also have a Sephora? I know I do in Canada, in Calgary, where I'm from. So, for the ladies, you can kind of pick up what you need while on holidays. There's a Sephora always near you. I worked my way into the lobby of the Marina Bay Sands complex, and I came to the front desk check-in area, and I saw this beautiful plant display. And I thought I would zero in on it and then sort of show you by panning back with my Apple phone just where this is and what it looks like around here. This is absolutely amazing. This is the interior of the hotel. Gigantic atrium, and folks standing around and talking and meeting and coming and going. There are people with suitcases, and some are leaving, some are arriving. And it was a hustling, bustling place. Outside, cabs everywhere, buses coming and going. And so, active. Obviously, the structure itself, we're talking about a building that has 1,850 hotels and suites. So it is huge. This is only 1/3 of the entire place, looking way up, probably to the 20th floor. This goes up 55 floors, and on the top of the buildings themselves is a connector with an infinity pool and gardens and restaurants and bars and, oh my God, an observation area. Everything here. If you want to spend some serious money, you have come to the right place in Singapore, because they will find a way to help you part with some of your cash. No problem whatsoever. If you're someone on a budget, you're never going to be here. Maybe you'll walk through it once, but you're not going to hang out around here. This is not your neighborhood. There were people walking around in this complex. I could tell just by the way they were dressed and seeing all the high-end shops in the mall. We had women walking around with $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 handbags. We had, we had the high-end shoes. We had the high-end outfits. There were definitely people walking around this area showing off their wealth. It was quite almost humorous to me to kind of notice that people wanted to show off how well they're doing, and they're just walking from one end of the hotel to the other. I don't know. It is what it is. Neat architecture, really cool designs here. I was impressed with this wavy looking divider. I just thought, oh, that's kind of cool. And I thought, look how long this thing is. This is almost 100 yards long. That gal way back there is just a tiny speck now. Unbelievable. There's a walkway in the middle of this structure that you can go across, and I took advantage of this and thought I would come outside here and to take a look at the building from one end and then the other end, and try to give you a perspective of what this looks like close up. There's that roof up there connecting the 3 giant towers. I didn't go up on the top of the roof. I was thinking about it, but in Singapore, unfortunately, the city is transforming, although some of the locals insist it's not, but it is transforming. Used to be a quaint little town. Now it has become a massive metropolis. And with the numbers of people coming out here, the attractions, of course, are now getting more and more opulent and, grand by design, I suppose. You've got the big eye there. You have to now basically book most things you want on the internet, and you have to book in advance, and you have to pick the time you're going to show up. And so for this skywalk up here, the problem is that if you want to come here at sunset, which a lot of folks do, that's prime time. And so you're going to pay almost double what you would pay for, say, a morning visit up there. And it's sold out anyway. This here, I'm showing you all these cranes for a reason. This is the addition that they're building now. There's a 15,000 seat arena being built here, and a new 55 at least story tall building that will add another 570 or so suites. An $8+ billion addition to the existing Marina Bay Sands structure. It's just going to be absolutely amazing. You want to spend a night here? You're looking at least $600 US to $1,200 US as a starter, depending on your room size. You want to go into suites, you're now quickly running into the $1,500 and $2,000 a night neighborhood. And let me tell you, they don't have much of a vacancy here. The amount of cash that is being spent here is mind-numbing. A lot of private jets at the airport. A lot of folks fly in here first class from around the world, and they drop some coin here to enjoy themselves. It is quite something. There is a casino attached to this complex along with the shopping mall. Restaurants all over the place in the lobby, as you can plainly see. Here's one direction, here's the other direction. And you can see how tiny these people are. I'm only on about the 10th floor. I'm on a walkway that goes across the atrium here, and just trying to give you a sense of scale as to just how unbelievable this place is. The architecture of this structure is something to behold. It is world famous, and isn't any wonder that a lot of people would like to come here. The outside of the structure is interesting because on one side, they seem to get a lot of wind, the trade winds, and so it's glass covered. On the other side, right here, you're going to note in a moment as I pan around here a little bit, there seem to be a bunch of balconies here on the outside with plants attached to their railings. There you go. Look at them right there. I noticed this and I thought, this is odd. Are these private condos? Are these private homes? And apparently the answer is no. The entire structure of 1,850 units are all hotel rooms or suites. Even down here, I thought that was quite unique. And here's just one of the 3 towers that I've come across as I'm trying to desperately show you from bottom to top what we're looking at here. There's the skyway up there. To get up there, by the way, to finish my story, you want to get up there, you're looking at $35 to $100 a person per visit, and you have to dedicate approximately a 2-hour window of your time to be up there. They are trying to maximize the revenues of this structure. Apparently there have been rumors that even though they charge as much as they charge, they're not making all that much money. And now the rumor is, with an addition being put on here, with the structure next door being built, won't be attached directly, but probably underground, they're worried that, bankers are worried that there might be a depreciation of this particular asset. The original cost of the Marina Bay structure, 5.6 billion American. The addition is 8+ billion American, and it is rising almost monthly due to inflation. It's unbelievable how much money is being dropped here by investors and bankers. And the question is, will this structure hold its value? Will they still be able to get $1,500, $2,000 a night? Or will the addition of 570 suites next door to a brand new building, will that cut into the profits? We will find out. It's an interesting area. The entire city is, let's face it, it's man-made, concrete everywhere, highways, expressways, metro, container ships coming and going. It's a metropolis. It is a very good money-making spot in the world, geographically perfectly located. For tourism, it's got a lot going for it. Unfortunately for average travelers, it's getting much more expensive. If you're a college kid and you're traveling in a backpack, yeah, you can come here. You can certainly come to Singapore, and you can certainly find cheap places to eat, and you'll find cheap places for accommodation, hostels and so on. But if you're trying to come here on a $200 a day budget or something like that, you can forget about it. You're going to need a lot more than that. The gardens right here that I'm highlighting, this is an interesting place too. And here's one of the towers that you can go up into. Same problem though with these towers and these walkways. You have to book everything through the internet, and we're in a rainforest. This city gets rain every day practically. And you book between 1 and 3 o'clock or 4 and 6 o'clock to go out here, and it's pouring rain. Too bad. You're going to get wet. I just have a problem with that. Being as old as I am now, 70 years old, I would like to buy a ticket when I get there. And if it's nice, I'll go. And if it's not nice, I won't. And I don't want to commit myself days in advance, because in the days advancing, they're all sold out. It's always sold out. You can't go the day of, and so this is a problem. To me, it's a problem. The city, though, beautiful. Lots of green areas, incredible infrastructure, incredible architecture. For those living here full time, they have these wonderful condo complexes with all the features, shopping, schools, amenities, fantastic airport. Get ready for part 11. I'm going to be talking about the airport and more photos of some of these incredible condos. It's a unique place, but it is expensive. You can come here on the cheap, but then you won't enjoy the upper end of it. But hey, it's up to you. Decide what you want to do, where you want to stay. I found it fascinating, absolutely fascinating. And if I were a younger man with money, I would really like it here. What can I say? Thank you. Join me for part 11 coming up soon. We'll see you next time, everybody. Bye for now.